Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and it is game day. Tennessee, Florida tonight, 7 p.m. kickoff in the Swamp. Gonna be a big-time atmosphere. Gonna be a big-time stage. Everybody is gonna be watching. This one feels like one of those big-time fights. Feels like a big fight feel, and it's been a long time since we've kind of had this feeling where we had the edge on Florida. We felt that way in the offseason. We felt that way coming out of week one, but then we spent the majority of this week trying to get over that Austin Peay hangover. But I think this was a big one for both teams in kind of different ways, right? Florida has struggled as of late. Ended 2022 with 3 straight losses. Opened up the season with a loss against Utah. They bounced back against McNeese State last week, as they should have. Tennessee, on the other hand, coming off of an 11-win season, Orange Bowl win over Clemson. Big-time expectations going into year 3 of the Josh Heupel era. You come out, you take care of business against a very, very mediocre Virginia team, and then you kind of struggle. You sleepwalk through week 2 against Austin Peay. So how are we feeling going into this Florida game? We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it, but as always, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, free, easy. It helps this channel. I would appreciate it. Also, if it's your first time on the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be media. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be a busy, busy day. We're going live tonight at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time for a special edition of Tailgating with Talkin VAWLS. We've got comedian Josh Prey in the house. Now, a lot of you guys probably would recognize his videos for going viral. He is a Florida fan, but he fell in love with Neyland Stadium. He's going to come on and talk Tennessee, Florida tonight. Again, that kicks off at 5:30. He's going to be on about 30 minutes, and then it becomes a fan call-in show. You guys get to jump on with us, and then we'll be live immediately following the games. But let's jump into it. Let's talk about this Tennessee-Florida matchup. What does Tennessee need to do to win this football game tonight in the Swamp? And I really think when you look at it across the board for both teams, it's kind of a similar game plan for what both of these football teams want to do. But it feels like, again, an old-school matchup, a Phil Fulmer versus Steve Spurrier type of matchup where whoever runs for the most yards, whoever wins the ground game is going to come out on top of this football team, or on top of this football game, excuse me. And you got to ask yourself, what does Tennessee need to do? I think more importantly, they need to start fast for all the reasons we've talked about this week. Billy Napier kind of feels like he's on the hot seat. This Florida fan base is looking for something, a little spark to get excited about Florida Gators football. On the other side of that, they're also ready to just pack it up and leave and get out of the Swamp, upset, pissed off, ready to fire Billy Napier. Tennessee needs to start fast. That crowd is going to be just waiting to make a little noise. Even if you come out and it's a false start right out of the gate, they're going to get louder. You come out holding penalty right out of the gate, they're going to get louder. You make a mistake, a 3 and out, that crowd is going to erupt. You have to start fast for Tennessee. This is an interesting stat. Talked about this on Friday morning with Coach Jay. I want to bring it back on this video. This stat is straight from Brent Hubbs at VolQuest.com. Said that in the first quarter, Tennessee has only found the end zone one time in 9 drives. Now, we're used to a Tennessee football team, a Josh Heupel offense that a year ago, 2 years ago, even both years at Tennessee kind of come out and they start fast. Now, here we see in this year they've got to the end zone one time in 9 drives during the first quarter. Says they have a field goal, 5 punts, and 2 failures on 4th down. Says against Virginia, Milton was 7 of 10 in the first quarter for 41 yards. Tennessee didn't try to take any shots down the field. Comes back and says against Austin Peay, we know Joe Milton started really bad against Austin Peay, 1 for 7 for 11 yards in that first quarter. And again, you had some drops from your wide receivers. No, I'm not putting all the blame on Joe Milton. Wide receivers got to help him out. You got to catch the football if it hits you in the hands. But the bottom line is Tennessee has started slow in both of their first 2 games. I think they need to get that fixed. I think they need to get that figured out this week in the Swamp and start fast against the Gators. Go back to the ground game. That's where I think this game is really going to be determined. Who wins on the line of scrimmage? Who wins running the football? We know we got a monster at the running back position named Jalen Wright, averaging 9 9.3 yards per carry through 2 games. And I get it. I understand. Oh, yeah, listen to this guy, 9.3 yards. They played Virginia and Austin Peay. Well, you go out and you take care of business. You do what you're supposed to do. Jabari Small also averaging 6.2 yards per carry. Dylan Sampson has looked good at times. We got a three-headed monster back there. Tennessee needs to come out, establish the ground game early. Look, get ahead of the chains. Don't put yourself in these passing situations where you got to lean on Joe Milton, because that's who we want to protect in this football game. We want to protect Joe Milton. Don't put too much on him. Talked about this week how the defense can do that, right? We've seen Tennessee play really good defense through 2 weeks, leading the country in sacks, leading the country in tackles for loss, giving up 13 points a game. I'll put the asterisk out there again. I don't care. Virginia, Austin Peay, I get it. Go do what you're supposed to do. Leading the country in sacks and tackles for loss is a pretty good start to the year 3 of the Josh Heupel era. Tim Banks has been kind of vanilla, too. We've talked a lot about offensive play calling. Defensive play calling has also been very vanilla. I look for Tim Banks to dial some things up today to try to confuse Florida, and then you want to kind of put it on Graham Mertz, right? I talk about wanting to protect Joe Milton. On the flip side of that, we want to confuse and put the game on Graham Mertz, force him to make bad decisions. Now, he's been pretty good through 2 weeks. 45 of 61 for 526 yards, 2 touchdowns, only thrown 1 interception through 2 games, 73.8% completion percentage. But Graham Mertz has shown, history has shown that Graham Mertz will turn the football over if pressured. A year ago, 10 interceptions. 2 years ago, 11 interceptions. I understand that was for a different football team, but he also wasn't playing against SEC-level talent. I think Tennessee needs to stop the run, put Florida in passing situations, and then pin their ears back and get after Graham Mertz. And we have seen guys like Joshua Josephs, James Pierce, Tyler Barron, Roman Harrison's been living in the backfield. Tennessee is playing behind the line of scrimmage. That defensive front for Rodney Garner has been playing good football through 2 weeks, and I think that they are going to show you the capability to not only stop the run, but then get after the quarterback. That's kind of where they have struggled through these first 2 years under Josh Heupel since Rodney Garner has returned to Tennessee. Win the ground game, put it on the quarterback's shoulders, and then get after Graham Mertz. I think they also need to play clean, right? I think they need to play clean. We've seen in that Virginia game, Tennessee played pretty clean football. 4 penalties for 35 yards, and then against Austin Peay a week ago, 10 penalties for 88 yards. And I said this earlier, I'll say it again, don't get behind the sticks. Don't put Joe Milton in an uncomfortable situation. Don't come out and get a stupid penalty on 1st and 10 and put yourself in 1st and 15, 1st and 20, where Joe Milton's got to go out there and do something with his arm. Again, Jalen Wright. Lean on Jalen Wright. He is a beast. He is a monster through 2 weeks. Let him run the football and put yourself in some of these 2nd and shorts, 3rd and shorts, where the playbook really starts to open up. Because I think if you can win on 1st down, you're going to have the opportunity to set yourself up to take some of these shots where it doesn't hurt if you miss, right? We had the conversation on Friday morning's live stream. We had it also Wednesday night. What do you do with Joe Milton early? Do you come out and you take a shot early? You try to throw a deep ball early? Or do you kind of get him comfortable in the game? Hit some of these easy throws. Run the football. Don't put too much on him. And some of this fan base has been kind of split on how they would handle that with Joe Milton. But, you set yourself up with a 2nd and 2. Guess what? It's wide open. You can try to take that shot down the field, and you're not really hurt if you don't connect. You come back, feed Jalen Wright again. Get that 1st down and keep those chains moving. I think that is crucial. Play clean football and don't put yourself in stupid situations. On the flip side of that, we saw Florida do just that against Utah. They made some stupid mistakes. They made some dumb penalties. Having 2 guys out there on special teams wearing the same jersey and costing yourself basically an entire possession by doing that. Just dumb mistakes. Tennessee can't allow it because, again, you're on the road. Don't give the Florida fan base a reason to get fired up and behind that Florida football team. Lastly, connect on the deep shot. You're going to have an opportunity in this football game to stretch the field. Tennessee only has 2 passes of over 20 yards through the first 2 weeks. Everybody's scratching their head going, what? That's not what Josh Heupel does. Josh Heupel wants to run the football, and then he wants to attack you vertically. And we've not really seen that. Now, is it by design? Is it by design that we've not seen that? Are we kind of saving a little something in the back pocket for Florida? It's going to be unleashed today, boys. No more excuses. No more excuses of vanilla offense, and we're saving it for this team. We're saving it for that team. You're going out to play football against Florida. It's conference play. This one matters. Bring out the big plays and take the deep shots. You got to connect on them because Heupel's going to draw something up. He's going to have a wide receiver running free down the field. It's going to happen at some point in this game. Joe Milton needs to hit it. Joe Milton needs to connect. We've got to hit on that deep shot. I still like this one. I predicted Tennessee to win this game on Wednesday night during the live stream. Sticking to my guns. It is game day. How do you feel? Jump into the comment section. Let me know. What are your final official score predictions going into Tennessee, Florida? This game is so big for me. Talked it to death all offseason long. If Tennessee's going to get to 9, 10, or 11 wins, you got to beat Florida tonight in the Swamp. But jump into the comment section. Let me know how you guys are feeling. It is game day. Man, I'm ready to go. Don't forget, live at 5:30 with Josh Prey. We'll be back live immediately following the game as well. And make sure you guys go check out the merch. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. We got a couple of new designs there, the Talkin VAWLS letter shirts. Also, people say we're a family around here. Others say that we are a cult. We got a cult member shirt, FUGA, Gator Hater shirt. What better time to pick that shirt up than right now? But all the merch is there, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. The link is also in the description below. I want to thank all the members of the channel. The reason I'm able to wake up every morning and talk Tennessee football on this channel is because of you guys, the members of the channel. You like the content, the live streams, the videos, the community aspect, whatever it is you like about the Talkin VAWLS Network. You want to help us out, hit that join button down below. It's right beside subscribe. Hit that join button. You can give as little as $1. If you got $1 to spare, we would appreciate that. You can give a little bit more if you want. Access to fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits, custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, different stuff like that. You get a power T beside your name in the chat as well. But if not, hey, just smash the thumbs up because that's quick, free, and easy. Jump into the comment section. Let's talk some Tennessee football because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.